Things that struck me as I walked up here today. You know, a couple of years ago at this time, that house that stands behind us, that White House, was a bastion for freedom and liberty in this hemisphere. Oftentimes I and Congressman Diaz-Balart and other members of our delegation, Maria Salazar, who's here, Congressman Jimenez, obviously Senator Rick Scott after he was elected in 2018, oftentimes we went into that building, we went into that Oval Office, and we talked to the President of the United States, and he made Cuba a priority. He made Venezuela a priority. He made Nicaragua a priority. He made it a priority. There was activism and there was things going on, and they were looking for ways that they could further the cause of freedom. Today there's nothing. Nothing comes out of this White House that's proactive on the cause of liberty and freedom in the region. It's interesting that they have a position, and the position is largely to be agnostic and just to stay on the status quo with some of the changes that have made, but they've done nothing active, that's for sure. And the reason is simple. Sadly, in that building that's behind me, there are people working at the National Security Council in this White House who were against all the things that happened just 2 years ago. They were against the additional sanctions on the regime in Cuba. They were against supporting the interim government in Venezuela and against the sanctions against the Venezuelan government. They were against the sanctions that we put in place against Nicaragua. They were against all of these things. And these are the people that are running Western Hemispheric affairs in the building behind us now. And I'm setting a prediction so you understand it now. After these midterms, after November, what you're going to see is a full effort to try to recalibrate policy towards Cuba, to get rid of more and more of those sanctions and to appease that regime. What you're going to see after November is they're going to say that the new Colombian government is asking us to reopen diplomatic recognition of the Maduro regime. So that's what the U.S. is going to do. And that's what you're going to see. After the election, what you're going to see is some way to try to get back into a working relationship with Murillo. And I say Murillo because Ortega's there, but I'm not sure how much he calls the shots anymore. But his wife is crazy and she's evil. And she calls the shots. And so I think that's what you're going to see after these midterms.